Who's been watching and listening, and tonight, especially in light of Ofcom's ruling, keep fighting the good fight.
A brighter outlook with Box Solar, sponsors of weather on GB News.
Evening, welcome to your latest weather update from the Met Office here on GB News. A messy picture with the weather tomorrow. Most of us cloudier and cooler than today, but again, like today, there will be a few thunderstorms in place. We're between weather systems, but this area of low pressure is pushing up from the south and will generate a few more showers. We'll see the cloud thickening across East Anglia and the East Midlands with some showers here. The downpours we've seen across Northern Ireland, they will continue to fade through this evening, and many places will have a dry night. A bit misty and murky once more on these eastern coasts. Quite chilly across Scotland again. Temperatures down to about 3 to 5 degrees in rural spots, whereas in the south, many towns and cities staying in double figures. A cloudier day then on Tuesday, particularly over the Midlands, parts of northeast England and along the east coast of Scotland, especially Aberdeenshire up towards Orkney. Grey, misty and murky with that har sticking around, but a good part of Scotland actually starting sunny. Generally a dry start in Northern Ireland, but we are looking at some thunderstorms breaking out here later on. And we'll start with a lot of cloud over the Midlands, Northern England, and generally quite a drab day over central and eastern England. But some sunshine for Wales and southwest England. As the day goes on, increasing chance of again seeing some thunderstorms breaking out across Northern Ireland, but also southwestern parts of England. There's a Met Office warning in place. Wet weather will continue to affect parts of central and eastern England. A few scattered showers over the Highlands. Some brightness in western Scotland, but as I said, most places cloudier than today, and as a result cooler. More cloud and rain then spill in from the east as we head into Wednesday. Could be a very soggy day over parts of eastern England and parts of Scotland. Some heavy downpours possible, and in the south some brighter spells may well trigger some heavy showers as we go through the day. There'll be a bit more of a breeze coming in from the east, so a cool day here with some brightness further south. We could again get up to 20 Celsius. Bye for now.
That warm feeling inside from Boxed Boilers, sponsors of weather on GB News.
It's the biggest cash prize we've given away to date. An incredible £20,000 that you could use however you like. And because it's totally tax-free, every single penny will be in your bank account to do whatever you like with. £20,000 in tax-free cash really could be yours this summer. Hurry, you've got to be in it to win it. For another chance to win £20,000 in tax-free cash, text PRIZE to 63232. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Or post your name and number to GB05, PO Box 8690, Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 5 p.m. on the 31st of May. Full terms and privacy notice at gbnews.com/win. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
This is GB News, Britain's news channel.
Sam Richardson is a singer-songwriter from St Agnes in Cornwall. Much of his music reflects a sense of frustration with life in a coastal town.
We've got a lot of empty shops in a lot of our town centres, which is sort of causing a lot of death on the high street. I know that's a problem everywhere.
Similar problems across the border in Devon. Ilfracombe is the most deprived area in North Devon. Twice the town has applied for levelling up funding. Twice it's been turned down, something North Devon MP Selene Saxby says is frustrating.
It's very complicated. It's not as straightforward as just throwing money at the problem. They're very deep issues.
For several years, the government has acknowledged that rural areas need extra help, but so far that help doesn't stretch to our coasts. The MP for St Austell and Newquay is pushing the government to change all this.
Truly local people are finding it really challenging because we often have sort of low wage seasonal work, but very high house prices pushed up because of second homes and holiday lets, etc. And also, I think the disparity review that Theresa May carried out when she was Prime Minister highlighted that working class white boys in coastal communities are some of the most disadvantaged people in the country.
struggling to get on the housing ladder, struggling to find work, struggling to be heard.
It's interesting that a member of the party that's in government recognises that, which is great, because it is a really important thing. But that government, for the last 10 years, has also cut £500 million in youth services around the country.
No one thinks the problem of coastal deprivation can be solved overnight. The issue of disaffected young white males even harder.
We're GB News, and we come from a proud tradition of British journalism.
That's why I'm so excited to be here. It's something so new.
The first news channel to be launched in Britain in over 30 years.
Launched to represent the views of the British people.
To go where other broadcasters refuse to go.
How did you find out about the story in the first place?
Launched with one aim.
To be the fearless champion of Britain.
It's an absolutely fantastic atmosphere here.
This is GB News.
The People's Channel. GB News, Britain's news channel.
Good evening to you. I'm Aaron Armstrong in the GB Newsroom. The Prime Minister is travelling to Vienna for talks with the Austrian Chancellor about illegal migration. It comes after the government promised an extra £25 million for the National Crime Agency to tackle people smuggling gangs. Rishi Sunak will hold talks with his counterpart, Karl Nehammer, tomorrow. It's understood they'll say designated safe third countries, like Rwanda, are part of the solution to prevent dangerous small boat journeys. 15 EU countries, including Austria, have signed a letter calling on the European Commission to tighten migration policy and to look at third country schemes. A day of shame for the British state. That is the Prime Minister's reaction to the findings of a 5-year inquiry as he offered victims of the infected blood scandal a wholehearted apology. The final report identified a catalogue of failures by the NHS and successive governments and concluded thousands of deaths could have been avoided. Inquiry Chair Sir Brian Langstaff said the scandal had been exacerbated by a chilling cover-up from those in positions of power, including the deliberate destruction of evidence by officials. More than 30,000 people were infected with HIV and hepatitis C between 1970 and the early 90s because of contaminated blood products.
This is a day of shame for the British state. Today's report shows a decades-long moral failure at the heart of our national life. From the National Health Service